Hi, good evening. It's February 24, 2023. I know I had said a couple of videos ago before I got my hair done. Do you guys like? um, I finally went to see Elvia. Hi, from Studio 1828, to believe, if I remember correctly. Um, so I got my hair done since the last video, and I want to address this kind of like an intro video to my YouTube channel. I had been wanting to do one for a while, but I hadn't really had the chance and sit down for like this amount of time. So now that I have a little bit of time, I'm making it so I can explain. I know I don't need to explain, but I feel like I have to for my new viewers. Thank you so much for the 51 subscribers for Ismelda.Garza.Studio. Thank you. We're growing. Um, it is very hard to grow organically without, getting all into the hype of social media. I try to keep it very organically and post at a certain times where I can grab this side, the US, and the other side, the other charco, which is, the Europe side. So trying to merge those hours together, it has been quite of a learning experience. And because we all have so busy lives and other stuff going on at the same time, it's really, really hard to actually sit down and say, oh, if you do this exactly, then it's going to be, done. You'll just get that little check mark that we're all trying to strive for as little YouTuber beginners. So, and there's a learning curve with it. So, my channel is about art, and it started because I went back to school in 2019. I didn't think by visiting the campus I was going to end up enrolling. Thank God I did, because a pandemic later, a lot of issues later, and I'm so close on reaching my goal. Yes, graduation, forthcoming in May 2023. Um, I had been making a lot of different little snippets of what Bachelors of Fine Arts consist. A lot of people like when we want to be an artist so bad and you don't start like when you're little, we're just giving the crayons and you just go by it. Nowadays, it's very like essential that we know the difference. That if we see a kid inclined towards art, not to like break the little heart into million dozen pieces and then try to puzzle it back together, because the heart is like the moving, the force, the fire behind it. So try not to, how can I put it, put your own into that child. Um, I'm talking about when we're in the classroom. Not like I have been of that, because come on, let's admit it. When I was in kindergarten, it was not the same kindergarten that it's today in 2023. So, with that said, yes, I'm one of those kids that I wore my trencitas and I was dropped off at the kindergarten, and I you know paid attention. I Miss Goody Two Shoes. Yes, I'm that type of kid. um Nowadays, we with after the pandemic and everything else, we're seeing other stuff. But with that said, that I'm just trying to let you guys know that my channel is about art. My medium is painting, and I geek out in art. I just love art. So basically, you may see me deal with handmade paper. I have been exploring that medium a lot more. Um, I have to. I'm an earth baby. What can you expect out of a Taurus? Guess what? I love playing with mud too. So, yeah, you guys are gonna have to make a room for ceramics for me. And maybe a photography like course, and maybe a designer too. And what the heck? I want my own cosmetic line. And yes, I want that a perfume line, which I'm trying right now. And please go ahead and try it out in my local artist in Texas. That's where my business started. And I never thought that by trying to paint an eye and starlight, I would ended up with this other stuff, which I'm glad I did. So, the reason why I started recording is because one of the last classes MAs that graduated during COVID, and I am one of the bachelors of fine arts that, been in the program. Um, 2020 COVID hit during this month, and I never thought that when I joined back Western New Mexico University, the Mustangs, that a COVID was going to hit a pandemic later. Come on, let's be real. Let's address it. Nobody knew that. I didn't know that. I wasn't expecting that. And yeah, it has been very painful. It has been like very drastically, and it has like taking something out of me. Like, even, okay, let's say that I had been through gunk, but then more gunk got thrown at me, and then an ending. Um, Spring is coming. We're close. We started Lent season on the 21st of February. We're on February 24th. This video of 2023 is being recorded. Um, I I'm glad I started recording. It has helped me to, well, my professors helped me to like visit my voice a lot more. And what I mean visit my voice is like explore more of my vision in art, but I'll address that part about the health concern in another video. And I know I have said that like for a while, but I will sit down and, you know, do a video and address that part after the shows that it's coming up. It has been crazy, guys, just to let you know. And we always learn through different mediums, through different professors, different experiences, different people that come in our lives. One of my friends, Hiron, Provencio, yes, the guy that has the, what is it, the little trees of nuts and stuff. He bakes delicious, candies with the nuts on it. It's like delicious. If you haven't tried it, you should try it. So, anyways, Provencio, he told me once, there's people that come to your life for a reason, a season of our lifetime. I believe our friendship is for a lifetime. And I have been so blessed that even though and I said I will address that later, the health concerns, but I guess I have to address it too during this video a little bit, like a just soft touch on it, because I had been in a 10-year hiatus and it hasn't been pretty. And yeah, and I'll leave it at that because some of my art is related to that. So, and thank God I started listening to the MAs that have been graduating and to the other people that had graduated on that class, because one of those MAs came to me and she said, I just wish that before my graduation, I had like recorded what I was doing in the studio. And I'm like, what? Like, I listened to it and it grabbed my attention, but because then we started a different conversation, it just like pointed that little seed. And then in discussion with my nieces, my oldest niece, um she was addressing some issues, because she's graduating. Hi. And Abigail, hi. And, my other oldest nephew, he already graduated from high school. Um, so because of them, you know, I started recording so they can know exactly what it is to be a bachelor's of fine arts, yeah, student, and what does it take in order to, get through the program. And a lot of it has to do with how we understand the medium, how what we can do with it. And I like to call myself a mixed media artist. So I guess this short video will give you a synopsis of all the previous videos. So we're doing a little like Jill side one, the gallery at Francis McKay McCrae Gallery. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that well. So, um, she said back up the truck. So if you go back into the first videos, you're gonna see, a little bit of personal stuff, a lot more of like my studio. Like you have seen little snippets here and there of the art that I'm creating. And that is because I need to show you the pieces in the right places, even though I'm creating here back um, in the living room, because my studio started in the living room and where I was renting in Las Cruces. And before that, I was in Arizona for 19 years. And before that, I was in Texas for a few years. So that's where my business started. And I never thought that art had a business side to it, which is like crazy. What? Business on art? And, but everything is related to art. So if we think about it. So, and I don't want to like get you through a whole lecture on that, but I'll ramble around it either. So what I would like to say on this startup little introduction video is welcome to Ismelda.Garza.Studio, and that is me. And I have like a very long list of stuffs that has got me here, but I will definitely address that in a professional website where you guys can flip through my art. Even though Fine Art America, it has my art there, my roots portfolio, at least part of it. I haven't got that far, guys. Thank you for being patient with me. And Society 6, thank you. High Vibrations for telling me about this too. And other like awesome artists here in YouTube that have been like sharing for me. And, like there's so much. I started writing a book and back in my apartment, and I started back in Miss Emily Swartz's house with a very first draft. Like, and when I said it's not perfect, it's not perfect. So, it has a bunch of hats on it. And, my very first time that I became a self um, produced writer, but I actually had a couple of editors. Okay, let's admit it, more than one. Okay, more than two. Okay, more than four. So you guys know what a mess it is. So it takes a lot. It takes a village in order to get a finished product. So I'm now in my second book on that. And that's where, okay, and please, professors, don't kill me for this. I did not use, yes, you heard me say, when I started, I did not use Adobe Acrobat until later. And I'm glad I'm not intimidated of pressing those sliders, jargon, because I thought before that they were buttons. And they're not buttons, they're called sliders because they go like this and then like this. And there's clicks and Yeah. So, looking at that, um, a little bit of jargon came along my way. My language changed. I changed. I'm not where I used to be in 2008. I'm not where I used to be in 2010. I'm not who I used to be yesterday. Every day I try to learn something new, to evolve. So please do not be afraid of art. Do not be afraid of making mistakes, because I think that my biggest mistakes is my like awesomest stuff. I learned that one the hard way too. So do not learn the hard way. Do it right the first time. So I think I have gotten a little of both. Maybe a lot of both. Mm, I don't know. I like we're our worst critics of artists. You know, we are like we're like we suffer through the process. Let's put it that way. And instead of like going through, I don't know, like we throw our souls into our art. That's what I'm trying to say, to make it a little bit better. This world I'm talking about. So yes, this video is just to address these things, and thank you to the galleries that have given me a chance, that believe in what they see. Thank you so much. I have been trying, guys. I really have. Um, I want to go to that next step during this month. Aggies, I went ahead and did this suckers over here. I'm going to go see what you guys are about. So, yeah. I don't know if that sounded out good either. And I plan not to edit a lot of these videos. So it can see like my good side, my bad side, my underside, my ugly side, my ugly cry side, whatever you guys want to call it. You guys see me in my good, my bad, my worst, when I'm exhausted, especially in the SOA. I have a SOA photograph where I was driving back before I started driving back home, and I was like, ugh. I had just gotten out of clay that day, and it was really late, and I was going really early at the studio. So I decided to take in the studio, the school studio, as my studio, because it's our space as students and our professors. It's our little get together space. And if we're not comfortable in our own spaces, then where can we like take our hair down? Because if you notice, my chongo is not crooked anymore because I don't have my little chongo up today. Well, I did had it earlier, but it's relaxed time. It's Friday. Yeah. Um, and I try to go as to much galleries that are close to me, which one is in Las Cruces, on August of 2020, I believe, if I remember correctly. I had moving parts sculpture, ceramic sculpture there. I have been working for my first time in bronze. And, you guys, yeah, I'll leave that one because it's coming up here in April 2023, the show. So I'm just letting you guys know. And I plan to keep on doing what I love to do, which is being on the studio, learning and cultivating myself, in this awesome artist community. And I want to be able to go from my painting medium to playing with clay, where I'm thinking on this so I can multitask on that, so I can go ahead and go back to my painting, because that gives me a point of going from my right brain to my left brain and vice versa, and it works great. So I'm not sure why not introduce them like that. But I know there's very zealous, like you have to blah 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 blah. And I don't know. And I say that because I'm writing a paper on it. So like I'm trying not to give away the things that I'm doing. So you know, it's not that I want to tease you guys either. I just want to introduce you to what is it that I'm doing, because a lot of questions, especially and my family, they didn't know what it takes to all of those paintings to go into a gallery, and how much, it goes into putting your soul out there into those paintings, into those drawings, and addressing the IA. You guys better make sure that you guys do it right, because I copyright everything. Yeah. So, anyways, um, besides that, it's not a threat. It's, I'm just telling you, I'm jealous of my work, and I'm not just gonna, like, I haven't put all that time for nothing. Excuse-moi, right? So, besides that, like, my niece does it. I don't know. I think the studio is an intimate place, and at the same time, it can be a scary place if you're just starting there. And the word intimacy has gotten like a really bad rap, where we can have an intimacy between a brother and a sister, a mom and a dad, a little newborn and the mom, which it means, that really cradle kind of like, naive, innocent place, and that's where my book starts, but I don't address it like that, because I like playing with words. I like playing with the medium that I'm using, and at that point is writing. So looking at this information, and don't get me wrong, please, the people that are in academia know what I'm talking about in art. The people that don't, they always think, the sexual part, and that's not what I'm referring to. What I'm referring to is that love and connection between a mom and a kid and a dad, that love connection between your brother and your sister. It's a love and hate relationship when you're growing up. Come on, let's admit it. Sometimes we just get mad at each other for no reason, and sometimes the other times, we're just like, I love you, brother and sisters, and sometimes we even, some families are a blend, or some person is a bridge between the families. So, it's pretty hard, if you ask me. So this video, introductory video, is just to kind of guide you through my story, because after this graduation, forthcoming in May 2023, trying my best, guys, to reach this goal. It has been exhausting. uh Build stamina. I like thought that, like, sometimes you can see where, like the day has taken the best out of us, and some other days is like, no, let's keep going, and sometimes we can even sleep out of just trying to figure out our medium. And I had those days that sometimes I was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, driving up an hour to get there, and just get, glazing or that photograph or whatever I needed. And I don't think a lot of students that had graduated had. I'm not gonna cheat myself of learning the medium. So if you guys think for a minute that you're gonna go to an art class and not learn, please let me tell you, do not take your, most expensive outfit to a studio. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna get muddy, you're gonna get dirty, you're gonna get oil all over. You're gonna go ahead and make sure that you pick up your hair, because there's in this other spot you have to have a torch, because you have to melt wax. So play with the medium, play with what you're doing, but all means do what you love. If you do not know what is it that you're doing and why you're doing it and playing, then you're just stuck. And I can say that from the my parts of my job, when I had a job, because I can say I successfully retired, not because I wanted to, but because that's what God decided. a long time ago during that hiatus that I had, um, you know, I'm glad that God had a bigger idea behind this, and a better product than what like my career, had been, because I made a career of answering your crazy questions and stuff, and trying to, like, yeah, and multitask different systems at once and trying to find out your answers. Yeah. So you had the human side. I heard all kinds of voices. I heard the passive voice, the direct voice, the kind of intimidated voice, and the voice that I don't know what the heck I need, but I'm calling you. So thank you for putting up with me. And thank you for, helping me out when those people that are have been always behind me. Um, for the people that I used to work with, I'm sorry, I don't remember faces with names, and I'll talk about that later. And I just want to address my channel because my viewer deserves it. I deserve it. I created it. And the next step is going to be even better. What I have planned, it's going to get even bigger. And I'm trying to kind of figure out how my impact in your guys' life have been. Till right now, I don't have no idea, because I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing and turning in my work and just being me. And yeah. So that's why you don't see me a lot out there until, like, I get out, because I have a lot of stuff going on in the studio, and I try to record as much as I can, but because I use these two little hands, um, I'm only one person. Nobody can do my art, only me. But I hope that by being me, I have created an impact or a mark, you know, that I left behind. That's all what I can say so far today, until this moment before the day is over. Tomorrow will be another day. We'll see what happens. But thank you for keeping coming, the BFFs. That's like the subscribers. I thank you for, my first 51 subscribers, and I'm hoping to get to that first, 100K, 1,000K. I don't know what they call it. I don't know the jargon. I haven't studied this jargon of YouTube. I know certain things. I have gone to a certain point, but I'm watching you guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in deep. I want to learn it. I want to see what it is to continue being an artist, which it means a painter. It takes a lot of different connotations, but it's a studio artist. And I'm writing right now. I have 33 pages. If I didn't, yeah, you'll see what I mean with my videos. And so that's the first rough, rough, like I call it. Hi, doggies. Hi, Lou the doggy. And that's one of my favorite videos. So, and another one is the Sharpbot doggy. He's like a husky doggy. So, anyways, so looking at all this, I think I hit all of the points that I wanted to hit with this video. Kind of like, I don't think I rambled. I'm not gonna go ahead and edit this video. Whatever it came out, that's how it meant to get out. And thank you so much. And keep them coming, guys and girls, or however you guys identify yourselves. I don't judge. I don't like to be judged. And if you guys judge me, it better be in a critique. Bye.